Tell us your name and tell us about your project.
My name is Sir Arthur Eddington, and I led an expedition in 1919 that photographed a total solar eclipse and measured deviations of the sun.
What were you guys trying to do or find?
So the goal of our expedition was to provide hard evidence supporting Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. The plan was to photograph a total solar eclipse in order to observe the solar corona, the outermost layer of the sun. Then we could analyze these images and look for the bending of light that relativity predicted.
Where did the project or experiment occur?
So I myself was stationed in the Principe Island in West Africa. Meanwhile, another team was positioned in the tropics of Brazil. When you're conducting an experiment, you want the largest possible amount of data to work with. So these locations were picked because they lay directly in the path of totality, meaning the moon would completely eclipse the sun for the longest period of time and increase the odds of us observing the desired results.
What other significant events were happening around the world at that time?
So World War I had ended less than a year prior in November 1918, and the majority of countries seemed intent on creating a lasting peace. Thus, the League of Nations, which was actually the predecessor to the United Nations, was formed. At the same time, prohibition was ratified in the United States, and women's rights movements gained ground worldwide. The 19th Amendment to the Constitution was passed, guaranteeing women the right to vote, and Lady Astor was sworn in as the first female member of British Parliament.
Who else was involved in the project?
So Sir Frank Watson Dyson, the Astronomer Royal of Britain, is the one who really deserves all the credit for the project. He was the first to study Dr. Einstein's theory and conceive of an experiment that could potentially measure such a phenomena. Sir Dyson planned the expedition I later organized. In addition, a crew of camera technicians and scientists were present at both the field sites during the eclipse itself.
What was your role in the project?
As I mentioned, I organized and led the expedition. While on site, I kept detailed notes and personally developed the photographs. Later, I performed detailed data analysis and published my findings in November of 1919. That announcement was the first to become available to the public.
What impact did your project have on the physics community?
The project had an incredible impact on the community. We had successfully photographed light bending around a star, our sun, and in doing so provided irrefutable evidence for the theory of relativity. This essentially dethroned Newtonian physics and enabled people to start thinking about the universe in a completely different way.
How did your work affect Dr. Albert Einstein's lasting fame?
Dr. Einstein was creating waves in the physics community long before our project took place, but some of what he published was largely regarded with speculation. The results from the 1919 solar eclipse provided hard evidence that Einstein's more radical ideas, aka light has weight, should be taken seriously. In addition, our experimental findings coined Einstein as a household name across the world, not just a prominent figure among scientific groups.